Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into an absolute giant in the FMCG world, Maggi in India. You know, when Nestle launched Maggi back in 1983, they didn't just put a snack on a shelf. They literally launched an emotion. Fast forward to today, and it's transformed from a quick bite into this massive market creator, woven right into the cultural fabric of India.
Just look at this promise. A quick, tasty, affordable, and convenient meal for every Indian family. That is not just some catchy marketing fluff. That is the absolute bedrock of their emotional connection with the consumer. By nailing this specific promise, Maggi laid down the roots for decades of, honestly, bulletproof brand loyalty. They weren't just pushing noodles, they were selling a literal lifeline for busy moms, ravenous college kids, and tired professionals alike.
Okay, let's dive into this and look at our recipe for success today. We'll be covering 1. The 2-minute revolution, 2. 4 pillars of success, 3. Analyzing the market leader, 4. The 2015 food safety crisis, and finally, 5. Evolving for the digital era.
All right, starting off with part 1, the 2-minute revolution, creating a category.
So picture this. It's 1983, and the whole idea of instant noodles just wasn't a thing in the everyday Indian diets. Nestle didn't just drop a new noodle brand into the mix, they fundamentally created the entire instant noodle category for a whole nation. Because they grabbed that crucial first-mover advantage, they got to completely rewrite eating habits through sheer customer-centric innovation. They were first, so they basically got to write the rulebook. They locked in this impenetrable emotional bond from day one, essentially defining what quick convenience meant for a whole generation.
Moving on to part 2, 4 pillars of success, the secret sauce.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it breaks down their absolute monopoly using the classic 4 Ps of marketing, starting with product. Look at the sheer variety here. You've got the flagship 2-minute noodles, your classic masala, chicken, and veg. But they didn't just coast on that. They rolled out atta and oats noodles, cup noodles, pasta, and even ketchups and soups. This relentless product innovation is just genius because it pulls everyone in. A student on the go grabs the cup noodles, while a health-conscious mom might pick up the atta noodles for a family snack. They literally have something for everybody. And this brilliantly illustrates their pricing strategy. 10 rupees. For years, those 10 and 20 rupee price tags were basically magic numbers for Maggi. This value-based pricing meant they could penetrate the market on a massive scale. I mean, it's so affordable that middle-income households could just buy it in bulk. They took what could have been a rare, occasional treat and turned it into an everyday, absolute pantry staple.
But look, an affordable product means absolutely nothing if you can't actually find it, right? So imagine this. You're on a long train ride across India. You step off at some tiny remote railway station in the middle of the night. Chances are there's a little vendor right there, water boiling, ready to hand you a hot, familiar bowl of Maggi. It's wild. From the tiniest local Kirana stores to massive hypermarkets, college canteens, and now, lightning-fast online quick commerce, their distribution network is unmatched. Maggi is always exactly where you are. Which brings us to the 4th pillar, promotion. Maggi's marketing leans heavily, and I mean heavily, into emotion. Sure, they're selling convenience, but the real product? Nostalgia. They are selling the mother-child bond and warm moments of family connection. That iconic 2-minute noodles catchphrase, it works so incredibly well because it isn't just pitching a fast-cooking wheat product. It's pitching a guaranteed heartwarming moment of family bonding that just happens to take 2 minutes to whip up. All right, let's jump to part 3. Analyzing the market leader, the taste test. When we break down how Maggi actually segments and targets its audience, it is a masterclass in duality. On one hand, you have their primary targets, busy families, college students, kids, young professionals, basically folks who want taste and convenience, like right this second. But then, on the flip side, they smoothly rope in a secondary target, health-conscious consumers. By pushing out those oats and atta variants, Maggi manages to keep both the convenience-obsessed teenager and the health-focused parent totally happy under one single brand umbrella. Let's move to this SWOT analysis and see how this builds out their structural strength and, frankly, their vulnerabilities. The strengths are no-brainer, right? Extreme loyalty and a massive distribution footprint. But check out the weaknesses and threats. They are highly dependent on the noodle category. And let's face it, there's a growing perception that instant noodles aren't exactly health food. This leaves a crack in the armor, creating an opening for intense pressure from rivals. You've got heavy hitters like ITC Yippee, Patanjali Noodles, and Nissan Top Ramen fighting tooth and nail for market share. Factor in rising raw material costs and tight government regulations, and, well, even a giant has things to sweat about. Now, things take a serious turn in Part 4, the 2015 food safety crisis, the spilled bowl.
So the crucial point is, everything we've talked about so far, it was all suddenly on the line. In 2015, Maggi faced an absolute worst-case scenario nightmare, a nationwide recall and a temporary ban over lead content concerns. I mean, literally overnight, the untouchable market leader was yanked off every shelf in the country. But watch how they handled the timeline. By month 2, Nestlé is running these extensive, highly transparent product tests. Month 4, they're on the ground communicating directly with consumers to rebuild that broken trust. And by month 6, boom, a massive, nostalgia-driven brand relaunch. They walked right through a near-death business experience and somehow came out the other side.
It was, without a doubt, a masterclass in crisis management. But you know what the real secret to their survival was? It wasn't just the transparent testing. As important as that was, it was that solid 30-year foundation of brilliant, emotionally anchored marketing. That deep-rooted nostalgia and almost fierce customer loyalty, that is what actually gave their trust-focused relaunch legs. Consumers didn't just accept the return, they actively wanted to trust them again.
And that brings us to our final section, Part 5, Evolving for the Digital Era, Future-Proofing the Recipe. Today, Maggi isn't just sitting back and relaxing, they are aggressively locking down their future relevance. They're running a highly interactive, full-throttle digital strategy. We're talking engaging Instagram campaigns, packed with regional language content to hit local markets. They're dropping these hugely popular YouTube recipe videos, showing you crazy new ways to cook their noodles. They're teaming up with influencers, hosting user-generated recipe contests, and tying it all perfectly into festival seasons. They are keeping the younger generation totally hooked, making sure the brand is just as present on their smartphone screens as it is in their kitchen cabinets.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a pretty provocative thought. If your brand, or a brand you absolutely love, faced a total ban tomorrow, would your customers actually demand its return? Because Maggi's customers did. And honestly, that is the ultimate crisis-proof value of genuine brand loyalty. A loyalty built on customer-centric innovation and a real emotional connection. It's a powerful lesson in marketing that goes way, way beyond just a simple 2-minute meal. Thanks so much for exploring this fascinating case study with me.